from beautiful Toronto, and welcome to the Quantum Break Gaming Special.
I'm Julia Hardy.
And I'm Maya Jama, and over the next half an hour, we're going to be giving you an exclusive Access All Areas look into one of 2016's most anticipated games.
Oh yes, and of course, Quantum Break is pretty distinctive in the fact that it fuses together a third-person shooter and a live-action show that you can directly influence with the choices you make in-game.
Exactly. Mind blown. So we're going to be speaking to the star of the game and the live series, Shawn Ashmore, and talking all things time bending, being an X-Men, and just how tight those motion capture bodysuits really are.
I'm going to be heading off to Helsinki in Finland to get a guided tour of the Remedy studios from the creative director of the game himself, Mr. Sam Lake, to find out just how they put this story together.
All that and more, but first, let's take a look at how the innovative game was created.
It has been a huge project. We've been at this over 4 years.
There is a marriage of storytelling and action and gameplay that we haven't experienced in anything else.
Two halves of the experience are a AAA game and a live-action show. In the game, you are playing Jack Joyce, our hero, and in the show, you watch what's happening in the enemy camp.
Crossing over, it was interesting. Going and shooting the show, it was like, oh my God, you're from the game. Oh my God, you're from the show. Like, we're like, finally, we've been talking about you for a year and a half. It's nice to finally meet you.
The live action side of it was obviously a new thing for us. There was a lot of learning along the way. How a traditional TV production works is very different from a game like this is done.
Having not only the video game where you explore sort of the quote-unquote good guys, Jack, Joyce, and Will, and Beth sort of following those characters, then having the show that sort of focuses on the Monarch side of things, I think you get a complete story.
This is a sci-fi story, and it's a time travel story. And all kinds of weird things are happening with time.
From the very first conversation, I think the first day I went in and had a question about the concept, and I ended up having this 2-hour conversation about many elements of quantum physics that were brand new to me, I have to say.
I'm sorry, Jack.
We still wanted to make it feel realistic. And because of that, we brought in an actual scientist, a physicist who has worked at CERN, and we just explained all our wild ideas to him. The design of our time machine came from the ideas that he was explaining to us.
Time travel in general is something that's exciting, and being able to freeze time and stop time. If you could freeze time and go maneuver things around, that would help me so much in life. Like, just stop time, let me get where I need to go and not waste a half hour in traffic.
It's been an adventure, and honestly, a really, really fun time.
This has been a long project, so obviously very relieved and very excited and happy to have it out there. Nervous as well.
So that's the game in a nutshell, an all-action time-bending experience you can have from your sofa.
Yeah, we're here in Toronto, home to leading man Shawn Ashmore, Quantum Break's Jack Joyce, and it's kind of in a hotel right now waiting for us, so I feel like we should be a bit.
Okay, well, don't worry, because I've played the game. I don't think it's that tricky to do this time-bending thing. So I reckon if I just freeze time,
okay,
boom, we can then just take a leisurely stroll. So let me just.
It's not working. It's not going to work, is it?
No, I don't think so. It's actually a little bit more difficult than that.
No, should we get a taxi?
That's probably best.
Yeah?
Taxi!
Okay, Shawn, hello. Thank
Hi.
you for having us in your native Canada.
Welcome to Toronto.
Thank you. It's obviously a really advanced game.
Yeah.
So you've got a video game mixed with live action series. All together, your character has all these different scenarios. Did you ever get lost?
I was sort of lost every day.
Confusing, I can imagine.
And the reality is like when you do a television series or a film, it's maybe, a 80-page script. I think the entire script for Quantum Break was like 1,000 pages.
Does it ever kind of like bleed into your normal life where you start? Is it like, 'cause it's 2 years, that's quite a commitment to a
Yeah,
character.
it does a little bit. I mean, more than anything, I just would, I started thinking about and imagining the idea of time travel and just the idea of having those abilities. And I've been able to think of superhero stuff with like X-Men and like, oh, what would I do?
Yeah.
And like seriously, whenever there's an X-Men film that comes out, every time I go to a party, like there's always a joke, like, hey bro, cool down my drink or whatever. So I imagine that, and that gets really old, but I imagine that when Quantum Break comes out, I'll probably have maybe a similar conversation about time travel.
So speaking of X-Men, obviously, I read that you went onto diets and training and you got yourself in top physical condition for the role.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, it's a virtual body. So you kind of have your own say. I was thinking, like, did you just go into the editing suite and say, look, guys, I've been eating a lot of cake recently,
Okay.
but I would like it if you could define my abs, maybe give me a little bit of muscle.
The reality is that when you're going to do motion capture, you're gonna be in a tight spandex suit in front of a lot of people. So I actually did think about that. I was like, I don't want to walk in with like my lazy gut.
Yeah.
So I actually did train. It was a little bit vanity. You know, they're capturing your entire body. So they do like a full body scan, and like your shirt has to be off. They like capture everything. When I saw the first images that came back from the motion capture scans and everything like that, I was kind of like, they're hyper real. Like down to like the last wrinkle and all that. And I was kind of like, guys, this is like a video game. Like maybe you could smooth me out a little bit.
Is it super weird though, seeing yourself in a game?
It's always strange to see yourself, whether it's on a movie screen or a TV set. Like it's like hearing yourself back on your voicemail. You're like, do I sound like that?
And you cringe.
And then you see it and you're like, oh, do I look like that? And sometimes it's like, oh, I thought I was doing it this way, the performance, and that's not how it translated at all. So it's always a little weird, but knowing that there's a bunch of people like running around like killing you, like walking into bullets and stuff like that. Like it's always a bit strange, but it's also really exciting.
I'm
It's
going
very
to walk
cool.
Shawn Ashmore off a ledge. Because I
Yeah,
can.
and you know somebody's doing that.
Shawn, thank you so much for joining us. So we're going to be freezing time a little bit later on and delving deep into your past. You up for it?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Hey, I'm here in Helsinki, and behind me is Remedy Studios, the birthplace of such monster titles as Alan Wake and Max Payne. And now, of course, Jack Joyce, the hero of Quantum Break. The man behind all of these is Sam Lake, and he's promised me a little tour of the studios, and maybe if I'm lucky, I might get the chance to try one of those motion capture suits. Why don't you follow me, and we'll go and meet him. Hey, Sam!
Good to meet you.
So the game and the series has huge actors, you know, from like Game of Thrones, The Wire, X-Men. They actually came here to do some of the mocap and some of the facial stuff, right?
We have our own studio built for the facial capture.
Yeah.
Everybody was brought here to cold Finland to do all the kind of the close-ups.
So we could actually go and see like where they did it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
this
go.
way.
This is it. This is the room.
This is the surface capture studio.
Okay.
So the actor stands here.
Okay, what's this all about?
You need to be perfectly still.
And do you have to put like attach markers to their face?
No,
for this?
you need to be wearing this to keep your hair
I'm going to fit my hair in that. That's interesting.
And here is the script. Good luck.
Thanks.
It's gonna go well.
Okay.
Sam, is this right? Am I doing this right?
Yeah, Julia, looking good.
Okay, let's try some words. Not good.
I don't know why I'm doing it in an American accent.
Yeah, that was not good.
Let's see if I can actually act.
I can't, but let's see. That was close.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
This is gold, right?
Wonderful. Now let's try something else. Let's get you into the suit.
Does it look okay?
Yes, good. We're ready to go.
I'm all ballsed up.
You are?
Yes.
Those are the markers,
Okay.
and all around we have the cameras.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
We start with the T-pose.
The T-pose.
That's to calibrate the cameras. Let's pretend that I'm the bad guy.
Okay.
I'll come around the corner.
Okay.
You react to that by, throwing up your hands, and then suddenly time slows down. All right, and you see me, reaction, and I'll shoot,
Yes.
and the bullets slow down, and you watch them go. Wonderful. Bad guy is shooting at you. You run to the cover.
Okay.
You use your powers to freeze him.
Yep.
And then you go close and punch him.
Okay.
All right?
T-pose. Ready, I'm ready, ready.
Okay, and go.
Okay. So, undercover.
And he's shooting. You freeze him, and then go in for the kill. That's impressive. Yes.
back to the Quantum Break Gaming Special. I'm here with its leading man, Shawn Ashmore, and we're about to delve a little deeper into the themes of the title to find out what makes this X-Man tick. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so that's kind of good, because our other option was to pause time, have you travel around Toronto, play little pranks on people, but we just didn't have the budget. We do have the budget for these, though. Our envelopes with years on. So we're going to freeze time a little bit and have you travel back to some of these.
Okay. Let's go with this one, right up top.
2016, okay. The most recent trailer for the game features a haunting Nirvana cover, and we hear you're a bit of a guitarist yourself. You could create a super band with Russell Crowe and Johnny Depp and...
I hadn't thought of that until now, but that's a pretty good idea, yeah.
What kind of outfits do you reckon you'd go for?
It would probably have to be pretty extreme, right?
I'm thinking leather.
Oh, it's rock and roll, it has to be leather.
Cut out knees, maybe a glove, little
one
hat,
glove, yeah.
hat, little bit of red lipstick, but not too much, you know, just a touch.
Okay.
But good, sweet, I've got a great image. The next year.
Well, let's try this one.
2014. So, X-Men Days of Future Past came out this year and you entered the big time. There's an action figure of you. So, the big question is, do you play with yourself?
I've been known to, yeah. Well, there's an action figure, yeah, you gotta play with it, it's kind of fun. So yes, I have.
All right, next one.
Okay, let's try that one.
1987. So, let's take you back to school, Shawn.
Oh, okay.
Is it true that you can speak fluent French?
Oui, je parle un petit peu de français. Pas beaucoup, mais un petit peu.
Wow.
Yeah.
So full-blown conversations, you know what people are talking about on the train?
Yeah, I mean, my vocabulary is small, so like I want to be able to say things and I can't think of them, but if someone's speaking French in my presence, I can pretty much understand them perfectly.
So do you go to France and walk around like, hi, I'm French?
No, I walk around in France and I go, blah, 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 and they're like, you sound horrible to speak English.
Okay, next one.
2 left, let's see, let's go with this one.
1979.
Feeling kind of old.
Yeah?
That's the year I was born.
So we've time started back to 1979, Shawn, clearly.
Yes.
The year you were born, as you've just said. But not just you, your twin brother Aaron was born too.
Yes,
Lovely day. So who, to confuse matters, is also an actor.
Yes, yeah.
Were you competitive when growing up?
Oh, yeah, hugely competitive.
You too?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. We're still sort of competitive. But yeah, when you're a kid and you look the same and people like your parents dress you the same and everybody is comparing you, yeah, you become very competitive.
Yeah, that's nuts. Was one smarter? Who was the smarter twin?
I can't answer that.
Who had
I'm
better
vain
grades?
if I say me, and I'm giving my brother tons of credit if I say him.
Okay, final question is from 2000. 2000 was the year of your first X-Men appearance. Iceman has the ability to control water molecules and form them into ice. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh.
Time bending included.
That's so hard. I've never even thought of that. No, honestly, this is a question I get a lot, so I have thought about this a lot. But yeah, I would take Nightcrawler's ability to teleport.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to spend so much time traveling, so it'd be nice to just be like, I want to be at home. Boom.
Thank you so much, Shawn. I feel like I know you just that bit better now. And you're going to take me to your favourite place in Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So much in this show and so much more to come. But first, though, here's an exclusive look into behind the scenes of the making of the game.
The simplest way of putting it is that you have yourself a suit on and you would do exactly the same thing that you would do in front of a camera in a live action show, but that motion that you create as an actor becomes a digital character's motion.
Why don't you keep your mouth shut while I get some privacy before we begin?
It challenges you in different ways as an actor. I think you have to use a lot more of your imagination. You have to trust your collaborators and filmmakers because a lot of the basic things like, I guess even like a set or the lighting, you really don't have a clear vision until you see it animated afterwards.
I quite liked acting in an empty space, doing real detailed scenes, knowing that there's a mind-boggling virtual world being constructed around you that can be tailored to what happens in the scenes, even though our parameters were quite tight. You know, we knew what was there, but I quite liked not having stuff there to distract you and going along with the vision described to us by the game creators.
I love wearing the mocap suits. I don't know, there's something just so raw about it. You don't have, makeup on, your hair is pulled back in a bald cap pretty much. It's nothing like I've ever experienced. We have these cameras that go all the way around your face, so it's interesting working with other actors, because normally you're face to face and there's nothing between you guys, and it's kind of, I don't know, it feels like you're kind of in your own world, but you have to connect with the other person through the cameras.
It's definitely different, but it's been very interesting to try to bring a film performance, an idea of that into a video game.
Remedy has a great history of creating amazing titles. Here's the lowdown of their previous work that led up to this game.
Hi, I'm Jane Douglas. This is Mike Channel. This is Andy Farrant, and we're going to dust off some classic Remedy games.
Right, and we're going to start with Max Payne, which, would you believe it, 15 years old. Do you remember playing this one, Andy?
Yeah, it's the one where you jump around, slow motions, go with the face slope, like that.
Well, I've completed it, so I'm going to show you how it's done.
So this came out just a little bit after The Matrix, right? And it was the first game to have this like bullet time, slow motion, dodgy stuff, which is kind of like, you know, everyone's got that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the time, it was pretty impressive.
So Max Payne is out to deliver maximum pain to baddies.
Right.
I assume that's where the name comes from.
Yeah.
But why is he doing that?
Well, basically, his wife and his baby have been killed, and it turns out that this wasn't just some random attack. They weren't just like robbing the house. So you go from delivering street-level justice in a subway station.
Is that what you call this, street-level justice?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
What you've been doing.
I'm dispensing street-level justice.
Okay.
I always took it as to be a parody of film noir and like gritty comics, and the cutscenes play out, you know, oftentimes in these kind of like comic panels. Had this really distinctive kind of art style, and yeah, that made it super memorable and super engaging for me.
So here we are in Max Payne 2. It's 2 years later, 2003, and it's a continuation of Max's story, and he's still having a bad time, from what I can tell. He's in a hospital.
Yeah, still out for revenge, still having bad times.
There was a lot of anticipation for this game because the first game had been a sort of, not a sleeper hit, but like a breakout hit. So this was a real sort of a big deal when it came out.
Got a shipment of justice.
You need to sign for.
Better
Maybe
start
just
squeaking.
making him read that sign.
I can never learn to read.
The resolution is so low, I cannot tell what it says.
So this is Alan Wake, which came out in 2010. When it came out, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah? It's atmospheric.
Yeah, because I really like Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
I really like the Twilight Zone.
The plot then is Alan Wake goes on holiday with his wife.
Yes.
He's a novelist, he's having a bit of writer's block, a bit of trouble. They're going to go and get away from it all in Bright Falls. And then she goes missing, and it turns out that Bright Falls isn't everything that it seemed.
Yeah,
obviously.
I would have thought Bright Falls would be the sort of place where you wouldn't find a load of darkness zombies, but apparently not.
Yeah, there's no truth in advertising there.
So obviously this is billed as a kind of psychological thriller, but you can kind of see the Max Payne DNA in there. You know, guy running around, third-person shooting, nice coat, handsome man. These are the themes I'm drawing out of this.
All right, fair enough. No, I know what you mean. You would definitely pick this up and go, yeah, this is a Remedy game.
So this was Remedy's first sort of foray into the kind of TV format thing, which is obviously something that they're revisiting. They've got kind of unfinished business with Quantum Break.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming.
There we have it. That was an abridged history of Remedy video games. What do you make of that?
I think that was suspiciously time efficient.
Going too fast for you?
So we're in Toronto, home of the Maple Leaf, and obviously you being a Canadian born and bred, what is the one thing I need to do while I'm here?
You know what we should do is go get waffles with real Canadian maple syrup. It's delicious.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's a spot just around here. You want to go?
Love to.
Okay, let's do it. Ooh, look what we have here.
Oh my God.
Okay, the bacon's all hers.
This is me. And what is this? Cranberries?
It's delicious.
Cherries?
And look what I got. Not only did I get fruit, I got chicken.
Yes!
Okay, and
it
here's some maple
smells
syrup. Thank you so
amazing.
much. I think it's really, yeah, you gotta get some height on it.
You have to do one of these.
And also, like, start slow, because you don't know how sweet you want it. No, that's good.
I've
just
just
saying
gone for it.
No,
I
that's
mean-
good, though. And then you taste it, you take a bite. It's
It looks
beautiful. No, you gotta go for it.
lovely. This is a dream. I feel more Canadian by the second.
Oh, yeah. No,
It is
you're an official Canadian now. That's good, right?
so nice.
Yeah. I eat this every day.
But back to, I mean, you're in a video game. Huge.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Is this the first of many? Do you feel like you can see yourself doing more now?
I'd love to do more and be involved because I think it's, I think the game industry is growing. I think if they focus on storytelling and things that I'm interested in performing in, yeah, absolutely.
Gary Oldman said that he pretty much lost his voice while being in a game and playing that role. Did you come across any struggles like that? Did you lose a voice?
Yeah, I got hoarse a couple times. Because there's sections of a game, usually they're action-based, where you're yelling and screaming, or you're being shot, or you're running from something. So like for 4 hours, they're just doing what they call generics. So like, okay, you're being shot in the foot, you're being shot in the knee, you're being shot in the shoulder, you're running away from gunfire, a grenade's blown up, you're doing all these different varieties of like, yeah, basically.
Do you practice your shouts? Like in the mirror before you go, okay, like today I'm gonna do
If I say yes, you're gonna make me do impressions?
Maybe I'll do them, okay?
Okay, so let's try this out. Say you were to get shot in the knee, just give me that.
Okay. That would be what I'd first go to.
Yeah, good instinct, but it's probably a little too big. Like you have to work your way up. Like the lower down your body, the quieter it would probably be. So give me foot, give me foot.
Oof.
That's good.
All right.
Now give me chest.
Oh!
That's good.
That was chesty.
That's better. See, it's like, you know, the closer you get to your head, the closer you are to death, so the louder you'd probably be.
So the louder, the more bassier.
Give me a shot in the head, like kill shot, like if you're gonna.
It would go high pitch, I think that one.
That was.
I did the move as well.
That was pretty good.
That would be my headshot.
That was pretty good.
Yeah?
Well, when you get shot in the head, you're dead, so you don't really make any noise. So
yeah,
I was testing you.
Yeah.
You failed it, but it's all a learning process.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for my first Canadian waffle experience.
You're welcome.
Delicious.
Good.
And yeah, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
So good luck with the game and everything.
Okay.
But I was just wondering if you could pick up the check because I don't really have any Canadian money on me yet. Okay. See you later.
Yeah. I didn't bring my wallet.
Quantum Break is your chance to have time-bending fun without the impending brain melt that will come from doing it in real life. But, I mean, I'm not going to give up. I've got the...
No, you're not trying to do it again, are you?
Well, you know, Shawn gave me some top tips. Mainly just put it in the shoulders and the face. Give it a go.
It's not working. Really not working.
I might have just given myself a small headache.
Right, okay. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.